All right. So this is a pretty good pack. It's kind of an awkward pack as well because the two best cards are both black. I think Bloodcaster is quite good. I've lost to this card quite a few times. Haven't gotten to play with it, but 2/1 flyer. If it ever goes off, you're just winning. So I think it's better than Parasitic Grasp. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. Lunar Rejection is the next best card, but it's not even comparable to the black cards in this pack, so I will go ahead and take both of them. Alright, now we've got another really awkward kind of pack here. Ascended Pack Leader is pretty decent. A lot of the powerful green cards are 4 or more, but I mean, this is like a playable card. And that's kind of where you're at with that. Hookhand Mariner is probably the best green card in this pack. There's also Wolf Strike. So top 2 green commons. Kind of just depends on what your current picks look like, but this is pretty early in the draft. There's also a Raconteur, and this goes quite well with Ancestral Anger. Which is like a red deck, a mono red sub theme. So I could see Raconteur or Mariner. Think I'll probably take the Mariner. Usually it's better than Raconteur unless you have the deck built for it. Alright, and this draft continues to be quite awkward. Black cards aren't that good. The green is okay. The white is a little bit better than the green. But we already have a green card here, so maybe I just go with a Spore Crawler here. Drogskull Infantry is better. So maybe I do just pick that. I mean, Spore Crawler plus a Mariner isn't like exactly follow this green thread. So yeah, I'll take the infantry here, actually. Okay, and a little bit rewarded here. So very nice removal spell here. And then a pretty good black common. So kind of unfortunate that everything we wanted is in this pack. But this is quite tough because Circle of Confinement plus Drogskull Infantry is probably a little better than Bloodcaster plus Socialite. I don't even know if that's true, actually. Maybe I take the Socialite. Is that insane? Because I really want to play this black. Alright. Alright, and now kind of a whole lot of nothing going on. Bloodpel Celebrant plays best with my black cards, but I think Heron is likely the best follow-up to this Drogskull Infantry. Heron's an overperforming common, I would say. Definitely awkward. I mean, Celebrant isn't like a card that makes us want to go red. We could just continue this black-white kind of thing going on here. And now there's quite a bit of nothing here. Like, Inspired Idea is decent. It's decent. It gets better whenever you have a lot of removal spells. We're not really into blue. It's not a signal for blue. I'd take Lantern Bearer over this card. So I think I'll take a Blood Fountain. We'll kind of see where that goes. Yeah, a lot of nothing. A lot of nothing for me. Let's see. Spirit goes well with my white cards. Statuette goes well with my red cards. Sharpshooters, whatever. Okay, I think I'll take a Statuette. We're off to a really awkward start here. Cruel Witness on pick 8. Yeah, I like it more than these white cards. Okay, and that's a full wheeled Lunar Rejection, so blue appears to be quite open. That's the signal I'd take here. Okay, I don't like Screaming Swarm that much. It's kind of an awkward card to play, but it does win. Throng could be quite good if we're leaning into blue-black. Raconteur is a bit of like a blue-red signal, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to take the first Throng. I think you could go with either, because I think a wheeled Raconteur is quite a signal for at least a blue-red situation. So we picked up some decent playables and a good interaction spell when we weren't even looking to be in blue. So not an unsuccessful first pack, but our cards are mostly filler. I think we're pivoting around the Esper. The Esper colors here. And I do quite like my black here. Okay, I'll take a Spirit. It's fine. It's not great. Entomber is sometimes playable. All right, well that's not the pack I'm hoping to open up here. Everything is red. Literally everything. Like, the 3 best cards are like Harvester, Aerith, Flameblessed Bolt, and then Visionary. Like, what even is that? So I'm not going to take like a Blood Fountain or an Infantry here. I think I just take a Flameblessed Bolt, but man, does it feel bad. And especially I would have a really neat pivot position if I took that Raconteur over the Throng, but I don't think Throng will be bad exactly. Okay, well, here's an interesting position now. Fellstinger is amazing in blue-black. Like, just utterly amazing. And black was fairly cut in our first... well, to our left, black was cut. So I think there's a good chance I could end up with black this pack. Foreboding Statue is the safe pick. But Fellstinger has a lot of upside with what we think is open blue. And we already have a Throng. I think this Fellstinger is looking to be quite good. We have a lot of wheel targets in this pack. I'm on Fellstinger there. Okay. Well, there's a Fierce Retribution, but the white is getting away from us. Mind Leech School can be okay. Not crazy about it. Geist might be the safest pick here, but this is a pretty bad pick 3. But I think I'm putting away the white. Just haven't seen quite enough of it. We know blue's open, so hopefully we can get rewarded like that. Okay, there's a Flame Breather, a Lunar Rejection. The way Raconteur wheeled makes me think that there could be some blue-red nonsense going on here, but I don't think we have the luxury of pivoting so much. And I don't think I want 3 Lunar Rejections, as good as I think the card is. I guess I'll just go with another Binding Geist. Okay, there's a Lantern Bear, and unfortunately some cards that we would be fine with picking in the previous packs, but Lantern Bear it is. This is the top blue common. For sure. Okay. And it appears that blue is open. I like getting a thirst for discovery here quite a bit. We don't even necessarily have to be in black if we keep getting acceptable blue cards here. Very light on removal. We don't quite have the supporting black cards that I would like. All right, well, that's a huge pickup. It's by far the biggest signal we've seen this pack, as well as by far the strongest card in the pack. So this is a huge pickup. I think we got a deck. We just need to have like a Bleed Dry pickup and maybe a Doom Dissenter on a late pick in a following pack, but yeah. I kind of hate the deck, but I've got a deck, that's for sure. Full-on wheeled Aerith, Drog Skull Infantry, even a Waltzer. Thing is, whenever I'm in red-white, I can never pick up a Waltzer. I mean, I guess I'll take this Aerith. It's the only card that could reasonably see play in my deck. We wheeled all the cards that we wanted to. The thing about blue-black is that it tends to be a tap-out deck. So I'm not crazy about Syncopate in this deck. I think I'll take a Chill of the Grave here. We have the zombies to support it. I quite like that. We're short on removal, so I'll play the Gift of Fangs and I'll be unhappy about it. Specimen is not looking the worst in this deck. I do not like the card, but I think it's plays a bit more of a role than Fear of Death. I really don't want to play any of these Wanderlight Spirits now. Blue-black wins by card advantage more than it does that early aggression. Oh, well, there's another Specimen. Why? Purveyor and Bleed Dry? I mean, I can't not take the Purveyor. This alone will increase our win rates considerably. So I'm not even considering the Bleed Dry, but I'm just kind of ruminating on that two black cards that we desperately need are in this pack. This would have been a very desirable pack early in the draft. We have two Lunar Rejections. I think Socialite's just the best card in the pack by quite a bit. It has a little synergy in our deck. I don't hate it. Archghoul of Thraben, is that even good in my deck? Zombie 4. It's not bad. I think I'm between that and Gluttonous Guest. I don't really need the Gluttonous Guest to do extra duty, but I do have a lot of mediocre cards that I'd like to get rid of. This works well with Skull Scob. So maybe it's just correct to pick up the zombie here. I think it is. Yeah. Oh no, Doom Dissenter. It's okay. We can pick it up on the wheel. No respect for the Aerith. I think blue-red was open, but I do not think red was open. But I've got a deck that I decently enjoy here. Okay, increase in our zombie count. Perfect. We've already got a decent assortment of bounce. So Lantern Bear. It's good. I really want this Grizzly Ritual, but I think we actually are just outvaluing and out-tempoing. I think that's the only way that this deck actually wins. So I'll gladly take a Lantern Bear here. So I definitely think that I ended up in the correct lane. I think this was one of the more difficult drafts that I've seen. Like, I could play Cradle, but I can't believe that I picked this Throng up so early and we just haven't seen any Throngs. It's, kind of unbelievable. I mean, it always seems like whenever I'm playing that, whenever I see cards, I see, like, multiples of the cards every time. Yeah, I think Chill is quite good in this deck, honestly. We already have a little bit of card draw. I think it's a little bit better than Alchemist Retrieval. So we're open to pick up a Doom Dissenter on the wheel. Is that about it? Wow, Brian Comer? I mean, I guess white was open. Seemed like... Oh, man. I mean, I guess... I think... I don't really want any more... 4 drops. Did not wield the Doom Dissenter. Didn't pick up any removal. We have a little bit of interaction, but not thrilled about it. It's a lot of 4 drops. I need the Persistent Specimen as it is. Pack 1, late Throng, didn't get any more, feels bad. I think if I would have gone for the Raconteur, that I think I would have ended up with a better red deck. But I think it was the riskier proposition. We were on a pretty good straight line for being on blue-black. Yeah, I guess this is the deck. Guess that's it. What am I doing? Oh yeah, let's just take a look. Curve kind of sucks. There's a Binding Geist there. There's a few of them. Sell-Off and Tumor isn't even that good in this deck. Yeah, I guess I'm fine with how this turned out. This is a couple of win deck, and that's kind of all there is to it. It's not great. It's not bad. I think we were fighting pretty heavily over black, but I do not think that we ended up on a bad spot. Open blue didn't exactly pay off how we wanted, but we picked up quite a good amount of playables off of it just being open. So let's see how this turns out. I could definitely see this deck going like 0-3, but I could also see like good 3 wins off of it. I do think it's correct to discard this Lantern Bear. I think we're going to be quite aggressive here. Okay, well, if they have a Fierce Retribution, I'm in. It's totally fine. They do not. Nice. So I do think we're just going to tempo them out this game. Not even bad. Probably correct to use my mana efficiently here. Going for 3 there. Kill the kindly ancestor. Okay. Now we've got chill. Even if they had a board wipe, they can't even play it until next turn. Quite a good place to be. Okay. Well, I will go ahead and play this Bloodcaster, chill whatever they play, and then proceed to win. Yeah, quite a nuts draw here. Opponent had a very slow start. Oh, look at that, number 79. Pretty good. Number 80. So, yeah, definitely if you're watching and enjoying, give me a follow. I'm still working out what the best time is to draft. I know there's a few high quality draft streamers out there, but it takes multiple people to fill an around the clock schedule, so there's room. It's all right. Not a terrible hand. No, do not exploit that, please. Okay. Ooh, baby. Oh, man. I'm sorry I gotta do this to my opponents out there. What a draw. Yeah. There's too much value in Stitch's assistanting this next turn. Okay. Cruel Witness, pretty fair. Okay, so I think I would like... Oh, I shouldn't have played my land. That was quite a mistake. Never punished. So this doesn't even guarantee a victory, but all I need to draw is like a tappy effect, and we're basically in. Okay. Not bad, not bad. What does my opponent mean by this? Excuse me? I think I'm gonna do this now because I want to swing in with the Skull Scobs. And I do want to sack the Lantern Bear. I don't even really care for that. Although I guess it's okay. There's a lot better I could be doing. Like that. So a lot of nut draws going on here. Number 64, there we go. Okay, that was, yeah. 8, 10, 12, yeah. Sorry, opponent. Okay, it's going pretty well. I mean, my draws were quite nuts, I'll admit. I had a pretty solid keep with just nuts draws all around. So, not much to that side of things. Now ranked 64. Nice. Man, I think this deck would actually be the nuts if we just got one Bleed Dry. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. Could be a Flame Blessed Bolt, but that's just something I gotta deal with. That happens. Okay. Opponent's setting up. Well, I think it's a lot more mana inefficient. But I've got my land drop next turn. So I think getting my Skull Scob online here is the play. Bit of a slow turn of events, but don't think it's a bad place to be at. They didn't have a Flame Blessed Bolt turn 1. So, let's go Fell Stinger. Draw my extras. Ooh, here's what I think's happening. I think my opponent has the Flame Breather deck. And I think they're having a bad time picking stuff up here. So let's go ahead and go for a swing in. I don't think they would have taken that if they had anything. So let's go ahead and play this Binding Geist into this Bloodcaster. So opponent had a very, very rough draw, is what happened. And from here, I don't even think I want to like tap it down to get in extra damage here. I think I'd rather like get back Persistent Specimen and Stitched Assistant here. Does that make sense? And it almost doesn't make sense, does it? Yeah, let's just lay down the pressure. There's no way laying down the pressure here is incorrect. And I think I'm just playing the Stitched Assistant straight up. The one thing that made me want to do it this way is that they have lifelink, potentially. So I think I'm just after a regular Stitched Assistant play here. Okay. Number 50, there we go. We are getting it. I mean, my draws have been quite good. And that's kind of a large portion of what's going on, because I was really happy if this... I was going to be really happy if this deck hit 3 wins. And we've already gotten to 3 wins. So now I'll be happy if it gets to 5 wins. See, we changed the goalpost. Because it hit 3-0 so far. What would have been good is if this deck got a Biolume egg. And I think it was certainly possible with blue being so open. Blue-black itself was also open. That's why we got all the Skull Scobs. Just nobly dries. Reasonably so, I think. We saw one opened, and we had to take a Purveyor over it. So, definitely is what it is there. Ooh, number 210. I'm gonna keep... I don't think there's any way I mull that. There's plenty of low drops I can reasonably draw. If I don't have anything, I can blood away some stuff. Not bad. Don't even think I want to use blood yet. Okay, so they wanted to trade there, so they've got an Ancestral Anger deck, it looks like. Ooh. There's some spice in play here. Question is how I want to go about this. I don't really want to exploit this Lantern Bear. It pairs up nicely against this 2-1. I think that's the most value I'm actually going to get here out of this Lantern Bear. So I'll just go ahead and exploit my Lantern Bear, get in the yard, get my island up, and pass. Okay. So now we're just racing decently. Ooh. That's definitely a card. I'm definitely primed to lose this as is, so... No, opponent, I could have a Gift of Fangs. Yeah, that's right. Full control does nothing there, technically. I mean, yeah. You either can deal with it or you can't. Okay, so we've got choices here. I can Lantern Bearer up. I would like to hold up this Lunar Rejection. But I think getting the Lantern Bearer online this turn is a little bit more powerful. So let's 2-turn clock them here. Alright. I mean, it's Blood Vial Purveyor. They either have an answer or they don't. They're outvaluing me on every other part of this game. I mean, I'll just eat this. Okay, Diver Scab. It's pretty good. Okay, probably exploiting. Okay. Put on top. Yes. Now it's this is gonna be a series of like 50-50s for me. Because, like, they could have a random pump spell that makes my life very bad. I actually think that the most powerful play is going Binding Geist on the Serpent. Stitched Assistant. Sack itself. So this way, there's less outs that my opponent could have. I mean, there's more outs. There's more cards that are outs, but if they have them, I'm not dead on board. And I've got tempo interaction here. They do have a nice little attack here. But to threaten me on lethal, they have to swing all out here. But I think a bluff attack of like this 3-5 and this 2-4 is a pretty good position. Do I want to be dead to Sure Strike? I don't think I do. Okay, they do have an Abrade. Yeah, maybe I played it wrong instead of just going Purveyor. But I'm hoping that they're dry on interaction here. They can look a little bit here, but I'm very close to dead. Alright, well, not sure if the way I played it was absolutely correct. I think it was definitely like the more conservative play to like get there eventually, but it created a tighter game. But it was a tighter game that I believe I had the advantage in, since my opponent already had to use so many resources to keep this game relatively even. So I think that was good. That was a good place for me to be. It was definitely a good game. Number 38. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's not bad. The thing is that Wizards has such a messed up rank system that I almost don't want to play now. It's hilarious that their rank system, you gain so little from winning and lose so much. from losing any games that your most hardcore players don't want to play. They want to get to like number 38 and then just hold. That's it. I mean, I don't know how to fix it. I'm not like an actual like ranking systems expert or anything. I'm really good at engineering psychology, like how humans interact with the systems, but not so much just like how to make a good like game system, if that makes sense. I'm in a pretty neat spot here. Like, I could thirst here, but that's probably correct, actually. I think that's correct by quite a bit. Alright. I was thinking about making the Skull Scob fly. It's definitely the more aggressive option. I don't know if it's correct at this stage of the game. Okay, Fearful Villager. Reasonable. Yeah. Green-Red's gonna have a hell of a time answering this. So, it's another episode of I Have a Purveyor. Double Abrade. Wolf Strike. Oh, Wolf Strike and Flame Blessed Bolt doesn't even work. Screw you too, opponent. You're not allowed to have sideboard cards in the main, although I will give credit that sideboard cards in the main are better in this format just because you can get rid of them with blood. But if my opponent's maining that, I'm actually probably in a pretty good place. It likely just means that, how do I want to do this here, actually? I don't think I want to lose any of this. Ooh, spice. They have a good double block here, but I think I get the higher value out of that than my opponent does. And let's go ahead and gift up the Sporeback Wolf. Oh, they didn't have a good double block because I would have gifted on their Fearful Villager. Oh, okay. Okay. Not even mad at that, though. Like, what are they going to do? Attack me? Probably for 5. It's pretty reasonable. So I think what I'm doing here is I'm gonna get a bit aggressive. Okay. I think I'm winning if I get rid of this outcast. Okay. Oh. Opponent does have some goods going on here. Although getting back a Chill of the Grave is quite good. It's better to scab for the thirst, I think. So, infinite value here. No, I want that card. And I'm so far ahead that I don't even want to particularly do anything here. So I was talking during the draft portion about how blue-black isn't very tempo-y. It's like just a card advantage machine deck. And while that is true, this deck is playing quite the tempo, I gotta admit. When I had a reasonable curve out, our curve out was pretty nuts though. The power of this card, man. Look at that bony boy. I think Skullscob is an underrated fantasy archetype card though. Like a bone golem, like a giant composite. Composite creature. Now, if my opponent does not attack, I'm definitely not using this Chill the Grave. Just because one of the only outs they have to this board is Witch's Web. Another non-token creature you control dies. Okay. Like, Witch's Web is one of the only things my opponent has here. And Chill the Grave kind of blows that out. My opponent swings out. I think I'm just gonna, like, chump a 2/2 on something. But 8, 10, 12, they need to find 6 points of damage otherwise. Yeah, it's thirsty time. If they've got instant speed interaction, go for it. But I've got 2 flyers now, so I'm not... Okay. Okay, that's... Yeah, that makes sense. It's all they have, really. I could go for the super lethal here, but I don't even think that's what I want to do. Okay. Yep. It's definitely what I'm talking about. Oh, what did I just do? Okay, well, whoops. So, I unfortunately gave my opponent more outs than they needed. Because I wasn't thinking. But... doesn't matter. Never punished for misplays, always punished for tight play. Remember that. It's the #1 rule of Magic. So now we're ranked 29. Woohoo! A lot of spice happening. Again, I don't even think that this is the craziest deck. Quick matchup because they're in Mythic. Okay, 633. They're trying to steal. Not like this. Even if I draw an island, this is not that good. Unfortunately, is better. They mold as well. Not bad. Mirror match. Alright, well, I'm just slamming this. Kind of strikes me as a syncopate here. Not even mad. Ah, they didn't take the bait. Why are they like this? Okay, so pretty easy Cruel Witness turn. Gift of Fangs is still good on the flipped version of this card. Probably Blood Fountain here. Probably swinging out here. This allows me to look at the top. Not a big fan of that. It would have been okay, like, this turn. But now it's not so great. Don't mind where I'm at. 2 for 1 myself there. But we've got a okay spot in the air here. How greedy am I? Like, this would be so good if I had a good assortment of lands here. Decline. We're greedy. 6 mana. Okay, Archghoul. Meh. Okay. I will now discard this Lantern Bearer. Not liking my position in this game. Got so much mana open. But this Stitched Assistant is a huge threat. Okay. Like I said, huge threat. Opponent recognized that, but they wanted to get this zombie boy out of here. I don't want to turn on their exploiters really that much. But there's a neat attack I can do next turn if I Spectral Binding right now. Just make that guy worse. Okay. Bell Stinger's a pretty good one. Get a 2/2 Sign in Blood. Well, the thing is, I don't want to give them Blood Fountain targets here. So I guess I'll go ahead and start getting in the air. I think this is a good time to do that. I don't want to give my opponent efficient use of their mana. Ooh. Bleed Dry on not even a 1-for-1. It's a good place to be. Although, no, that attack still wouldn't have been good. They've got way too much value here. Okay, 8 mana. Can't do everything I want to, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll just continue making big threats here. I don't think there's any reason to rush this. Now, there's really no reason to rush out this socialite into anything. So we could do some Archghoul of Thraben. Value attacks. My Archghoul versus theirs. They double block one of these. It's not even good. They have 3 bleed dries and an egg. Attack me, opponent. This is good to discard. Why you gotta do it to me like this, Geralf? I trade this off 1 for 1. No, 2 for 2. Okay. I think I'm in desperation mode. I don't want to give them more information than necessary, but I don't want them to have good attacks. I want their board to just die. That's a good hit. They can't get both of their specimen back this turn. We're playing the big tempo game here. And I think we're doing okay with it. Okay. Think their mana's strained. I think we're either winning next turn or we're not winning. And I kind of think that that's that. Yes, into the graveyard. Well, that's awkward. Yeah, it's not even good now. I think they Blood Fountain back a couple of things. And then we hopefully have lethal next turn. Like, they have to answer this Socialite, and then I've got 2 tempo plays here. God, I love blue-black so much in this set. So, this is definitely what I was talking about. When I was saying, opponent went for the sheer value play. What was I saying? They've got Chill of the Grave. That doesn't work. They've got a bounce spell. That doesn't work. They've got Syncopate. It does not work. So I think we're good. Play this out. They've got Cradle. It doesn't work. Okay. Holy crap. All right, number 23. Doing pretty nice. Pretty sweet draft. Opponent had so much removal. Their deck was really good, and I think there's a lot of games that we lose against them. The only thing this deck has really going for it is like, well, Skullscob, Purveyor, Bloodcaster. I think Bloodcaster is really good in this deck. Bloodcaster is actually one of my favorite cards from Crimson Vow, just because it's like a pure unique take on an Aristocrats card, and I like it quite a bit. And it's a little slow, but we'll go for it. The thing about Limited, most of you probably know this, but the thing about Limited is that you can't be too picky with your hands. Alright, I'll go ahead and pass here. It's not the best sign there. Heh. Unfortunately, that is like by far a turn too late. I think it might still be a decent play, but I don't think here's where I want to do that. Definitely gonna chill this turn. Might not be a 2-for-1 like I like. Well, it's a 1-for-1. No matter what, it'll never be a 2-for-1, but ooh, they let me do it. What I was thinking is they discard a card. That's kind of scary. So I'm a little stomped on black mana right now, so I think Persistent Specimen is the correct play right now. And I hold up Thirst for Discovery. But what I was thinking they were going to do is discard a card to make me unable to draw a card, so that's why I was like, ooh, this is not even that good. Okay. It's very, very bad. And white is one of the few archetypes that I don't just want to launch out this Purveyor against, because if they imprisonment on that, I just kind of lose. But Waltzer is a very, very good pickup for them here. I don't even mind picking up my lands here. I think I have to chance this. It's very possible that we get punished here. No attacks, because I can do a pretty sweet double block here. I can also hold back their Fleeting Spirits. I do not like Fleeting Spirit. I do not think it's good. I think it can be quite decent. Like, but it's filler. You think uncommon and you think, wow, all these abilities, protects itself, creates favorable combats. You think that it's going to be good, but it just doesn't play out very well at all. Okay, anger. They're going to try to find an answer here. They equip the knife, I'm having a pretty good time. I'm thinking what they might try to do is, like, hold a burn spell. Okay. Well, they don't have imprisonment. Like, this is one of the things that's a very good reason why people do not like this format. Is that sometimes there's just cards that, well, they sort of just win. And it's like, you got an answer? It's too bad, OP. It's too bad. So they're not attacking here. There's no way that's an attack. Yeah. I have to chunk them here. And then I will go ahead and grab Chill of the Grave here. It's unclear if I should sack Lantern Bearer or Repository Scob. Or Persistent Specimen. I think I actually get rid of Lantern Bearer here. Makes Repository Scob quite a threat. Then I pass. I think there's a high likelihood that they... Well, they're going to blood up. Get their statue online. Make a big all-in attack. Rending Flame. Okay. So definitely a problem here. I don't think I'm out of the game, but I have to use Chill of the Grave now. And I think the answer is to do it on the Waltzer. Let's see. 4, 7, 10, 11, 12. And then I have a blocker left over. Right? 7, 8. Okay. This is the least amount of damage, but it gets us closer to that, gets us closer to that lethal. Now, even if this is a Pillar of Flame... Wait, not Pillar of Flame. Flame Blessed Bolts. I still am in a good spot. Submit 0? Yeah, I'm not blocking any of that ever. Now I've got an extra 2 damage on board. Let's go ahead and blood up. Oh, I see what they did. I no longer have lethal, right? Let's cancel that. Nine, 10, 11. Well, 9. They crack 1. I have to chunk them. That's the only way I'm winning this game. Tough game. Tough game. Opponent definitely avoided lethal, and that was quite good on their part. Now I have to figure out how to avoid becoming dead here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 3 left over. Play a Lantern Bearer. Maybe I do want to. So I could have 7 for 3 left over. I do think that I should have cracked this beforehand. Okay, that will do. That'll definitely do. Decline. Just want infinite blockers. Chill of the Grave on whatever they have. Blood Vial Purveyor is insane. It's got to have like what? Is it like a 68% win rate? No, it's got to be more than that. It just lines up against like the best removal in the format so well. Okay, that's a very respectable card to play here. Ancestral Anger. Okay. Where are they targeting? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. For the tramples. Then they go ahead and give it +1. And I think we got it. Don't think there's any answers my opponent could come up with here. Very close game. But, Purveyor. All right, number 15. Number 15 on this insane 7-0. We can take a look at the deck again. It's not anything close to what I would expect being your 7-0 deck. But it's got good synergy on the lower end, and then it's just got a Purveyor in it. So, just a very, very neat deck altogether. Quite like it. All right.